Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Grace if you're new here, and this is the Rusty Thicket. This week we have had a ton of rain in Okinawa. It is the rainy season, and even though that doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with a summer camp, that is what we are doing for this week's video. I was asked by my Arts and Crafts Center to put something together for a watercolor class, so I thought I would show you guys my process of setting up for today's class. It is a Pokemon class. This is going to be something for between 8 and 10-year-olds and up. So we're going to do an entire evolution each day, and that's been Monday through Thursday so far. I'm actually editing this on Thursday evening for myself, so we'll have our last one tomorrow on Friday. During lunch break, they always get to watch a couple of episodes of the original Pokemon, so it's really fun. Here's Ivysaur and Venusaur to go with our Bulbasaur. We've done most of the original Pokemon so far. These are the palettes I like to use. The smaller ones are for the kids, and I like the more stiff one for myself so I can walk around and show my color palettes and how I mix things for them. I can also just toss the cheaper ones at the end of the day and instead of having to clean them all. These are obviously paper towels. I try and keep things really simple and really affordable. And because it's kids, unfortunately, there is a lot that you just kind of throw away at the end. It's just the easiest way to do things. I'm a bit more careful when I'm doing my basic classes. These are really cool little display stands that I use for all of my examples. I do one of each Pokemon in the evolution, as you can see here, before the class, and then I also paint along with them. That way they've got a nice example, and then I can actually work on something to show them technique as we go. Obviously you need some cups. We are in the Arts and Crafts Center in the Da Vinci room. I like to use an old almond milk jug for the water so I don't have to keep walking back to the sink every time I need to fill a cup. This is an example of the ones I did before. They have all the color swatches on them, so I know exactly what tubes of paint we're using that day. It makes it very simple for myself to just pull them out. Obviously, you've got to have some scrap paper, not just for them to color swatch on, but because, you know, at the end they like to play around. I love this container because it holds all of my stuff, my brushes, my paints, and then even down here at the bottom you can see my jelly roll pens and my micron pens that I like to pull out at the end so that they can do some little highlights and some signing of their names. These are little clear sleeves so that they can protect them on the way out since it's raining. I like to use this oversized clipboard to hold my pieces so that I can walk around with it while I'm painting. I usually go a little bit on the drier side of things so that it doesn't run or smear while I'm holding it, but it's easy to show everybody what I'm doing standing up in front of them. So I'm going to get out all my colors. Today we used a turquoise, a hooker's green, cadmium, I believe, or is it crimson? I've already forgotten. Gamboge yellow. And then we do end up using a sepia towards the end, but it's not on the card. Oh yeah, and Viridian. We used two different greens today. They were very excited about using all the greens because we had just done Eevee, which is mostly brown, and the one before that was Charmander. So I'm going to go ahead and preset all of my supplies out so I don't have to dig through bins and boxes after the class starts. It is a summer camp, so it's 4 hours. Usually my regular classes take about 2, but that's why we're doing so many Pokemon and why we have a little lunch break. Everybody gets a small, a medium, and a large size brush. The thing about classes like this is that everybody has a different skill level, so it's nice to give everyone options just in case, you know, they want to be extra specific with their brush strokes, or if, you know, they want to go a little bit simpler with the larger brush. Here I am making a mess with all the water cups. It's easier to pour them all together like this instead of setting them out at their tables, and then I can just distribute them this way. There's lots of chairs and things to dodge in this room if I don't do it like this. a large, a medium, and a small brush, like I had said before. They also get an extra palette because these palettes are pretty small, and that way they have plenty of room to mix all of their colors. And you'll see me lay those out here in a second. I set everybody's colors up the exact same so that we're all on the same page. It's easy to line them up like this and then do mine as well, just like I did with the water cups, all next to each other, and then distribute them. I'd say a pro tip for stuff like this if you are setting up for a watercolor class, since you only need so tiny amounts of watercolor, but a lot of them out of the tube look very similar, so I try to split up my greens or split up my yellows so that's a little bit easier for them to see the difference. This class was really patient. We had an 8-year-old, a couple of 10-year-olds, and I think a 12-year-old. And this is everything all set up. Make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe down below. Let me know what you think about the setup so far. Here I am setting up my laptop. They gave me a little TV so that it would be larger and easier for them to see. I'm just making sure all of my stuff is running. All I needed for this was an HDMI cord, and we are on, today would be episode 5 because we watched 2 episodes yesterday. It's always really fun going back to the very beginning of a show like that when it's been running for so long. I also played some music while we were painting, since the TV show can be so distracting. But this is everything all set up. And here are the ones that I'll pass out once we're done with our first Pokemon. I just think they're so cute and they're so colorful and so fun to paint. The kids absolutely love them. And it's just been the perfect time. I know it's supposed to be summer here, but I love painting when it's rainy out, so it was a great time for me. The Da Vinci room. These are like really, really old buildings, but they have a certain kind of charm to them. Very much a classroom, and like if you see that table with all the paint on it, I love stuff like that. It reminds me of just being in school. This is at lunchtime. We've got everybody having snacks and stuff. Here's our first one that's been painted. Bulbasaur turned out so great. And here we are in the process of Ivysaur. I couldn't film any of the kids, so that's why some of the camera angles are a little bit funky. But these guys are drying while we start on Venusaur, who is the one that took the most time. And here they all are together. My first 2 at the front, and then everybody else's here at the end. But I hope you guys liked this video. It was just a really short one this week since I've been so busy. I just wanted to share what I have been up to. So I will see you guys in the next one next week. Bye, guys.